How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, and today we have the Blender build for you. Now, it is called this because we are using a Blood Greatsword with spinning gravity thrust. For some reason, you can remove that from Gaius's weapon, so you're going to be whirling and twirling up in the air, spinning and cutting your enemies to pieces with this Blood Strength build. Now we're also using a Godskin peeler with seppuku, and you can put seppuku on anything. I just happen to have it on a Godskin peeler, and you will see the reason why we're using this in a second here. We're using the Golden Order seal, any seal for buffs, White Mask, and the rest of Gaius's set. Shard of Alexander, Rotten Wing insignia, Millicent's prosthesis, and Lord of Blood's exaltation. Now, there is a consumable here, the new Sacred Bloody Flesh. Anytime you're using a blood build, you should be using this item just to take it to the next level. So basically what this does is it boosts physical attack power and arcane once, and then attack power is boosted again once blood loss occurs. That's why we're using seppuku. So basically you want to buff up, you want to use your flask, you want to use the consumable, and then you want to use seppuku. So the buff order is important here, and this just takes things to the whole nother level. You could also use it with Inseparable Thorns, which you're not going to see a build on this channel for that because that is definitely going to get patched. The damage on that is absolutely absurd. So in the Wondrous Physic, we're using the Thorny Crack tier and the Opaline Hard tier, mainly because when you're up in the air doing the weapon art, you're going to be getting hit probably. And for buffs, we're using Golden Vow and Flame Grant Me Strength. So in the first clip here, this is just me using the weapon skill against the Divine Bird Warrior over near the teleporter in Shadow Altus. Second clip is going to be me doing the buff order that I mentioned, and I should also mention that the Sacred Bloody Flesh, both tiers of the attack buff that you get stack on top of each other. So again, the buff order is Golden Vow, your Physic Flask, use the consumable, and then seppuku, and then attack. And we're pretty much just gonna melt this guy in 2 attacks of the weapon art. So the Sacred Bloody Flesh is kind of a rare drop from the Blood Fiends, so you're gonna need to farm that up. So I feel like you're gonna see a lot of people probably farming the Blood Fiends in Rivermouth Cave or even Prospect Town. I think are the 2 best places to farm those guys to see if they can drop that consumable for you. So that is going to be about it for this one. I think the spinning gravity thrust is going to get patched where it's going to go back on that weapon, but until then, have fun with it. So hopefully you're all doing well. Stay tuned. More coming at you. Take care.